Sul, hello, and Lavas. Welcome to another episode of the Payne Family Ultimate Decades Challenge. Today is the first day of 1341. I believe, if I'm not very much mistaken, it's Wednesday. And the house is once again a little bit different, not just because Luella's about to pee her pants, but because it's just her with Harper and Edgar right now. Not only that, she is she's in labor. Okay, that's my bad. I did not realize. So she's, in labor. There we go. Is this food still good? For 2 more hours? Listen, kids, I need you to get up so that you can take care of yourself. Go, Luella, go, 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 go. You can do it. What a hero. Am I right? Oh, the baby must be here. We better have good rolls. We'd better have good rolls. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ah, it's a boy. Heck yeah. So I was looking at this names website, behindthename.com, which was suggested to me by Molly, and it has a whole bunch of different names, but it had the name Wilkin as a name that's short for William, and I thought, oh, that's just kind of cute to me, so I'm gonna name this kid Wilkin. Hope that's okay with everyone. Oh, Luella looks so happy here, not down here, but here she looks so happy. Imagine having that as a door in your bedroom. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Look at all of the spaces. Imagine having all of that space between the slots. Okay, Luella, it's your time. It's your time. Let's roll. For Luella to survive, she just cannot roll the numbers 1 or 11. That's it. First one doesn't count. So 5. She's fine. She's fine. Thank goodness. And what about for baby Wilkin? He cannot roll the numbers 1, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 17, or 20. Dang it. That's really unfortunate. It's really sad. You know, it's so crazy though, because Esmond and Heidi did not lose a single baby. They never lost one baby at all. So it's kind of crazy that Luella and our buddy, oh, she looks so sad. Luella and our friend Knox have lost a baby, and also Knox lost his illegitimate child. Harper, I'm sorry, but I need you to be a big boy and help clean some stuff up for us. It's actually Harper's birthday today to a teenager, so yep, there it is. Oh, and Luella's birthday too. Did I forget to mention that? I forgot to even put that in my notes. What am I doing? In other news, I just saw that the next update that's supposed to fix a bunch of stuff is coming soon. So hopefully that is true, because I would really like to update. I just don't want to have to go through the hassle of, dealing with all of the mods over and over and over again. So hopefully it is true that the next update comes and that we are able to update the game, and then I'll finally be able to go back on the gallery. Wouldn't that be so nice? What a dream. What a dream. Oh, Luella, I am so sorry. She's so unhappy. But she just will not stop wanting to check this kid. Harper, my young friend, once you've done that, oh, you've already finished. Okay, Harper, go ahead and make a wish, because today's your birthday to a teen, and I don't know why we wouldn't go ahead and take advantage of that now while we can. This first half of the year is the biggest, most birthday heavy, but even still, it's pretty manageable. Oh, poor Harper. All of his family are gone. He's got his nephew here and his sister-in-law, and that's it, and they're both busy. Harper, oh, your little gap tooth, buddy. Happy birthday. Have a feeling we're gonna miss it. Yep, there he goes. And then add some birthday candles, quick. So Harper is creative and lazy. Okay, that's fine. What aspiration will he have? First one doesn't count, so number 9, a knowledge aspiration. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, and which of these 7 is he going to end up getting? Guess of a D20 again. Number 19. Oh, that's going to be fun to count. That'll be so much fun to count. Okie dokie. He wants to be a Renaissance sim. A Renaissance sim. Ooh. And he kept his hair. He didn't change his hair. This poor kid. He is so sad. Luella is so hungry and she's desperate to check this toddler. Like, oh my goodness. Oh, we already did Luella's rolls. So she just has to come and make a wish and then she's going to be golden. So we'll wait to do our Brendo's makeover until, that happens. But dang. He's actually looking pretty handsome down there. If the game took away his gap tooth, he's getting it back. I'm sorry. So we're trying today to start getting something to get ourselves out of the financial hole that we're in because we have to, essentially. If we don't, we're done for. You know what I mean? What is up with her and checking this kid? That's like, did you see that? There were so many. What do you want to do? Become friends with him? That's a fair goal. Are you guys not friends? Did I already have this conversation with myself? So we might be taking a break in terms of the 100 Years War Facts. I don't know quite yet exactly how much work is going to be able to fit into the next part of the year, but essentially, today I thought it was most relevant that we end up talking about prison because that is where Knox and Esmond are, and hopefully it's just going to be for the 1 year. Can you stop with this kid? And she wants big happy family. Okay, big happy family. That's all she wants, but we already did her roles last time, so it's fine. Oops. What am I thinking? I was so distracted. I almost missed her birthday. Go, Luella, go. Happy birthday. Oh, you're going outside? Okie dokie. Okie dokie, Luella. Whee! And she's materialistic, honestly. Do you know what? I could kind of see that fitting because we've got some financial issues currently, and I imagine that it's pretty tough for her right now. So we are now, I guess, materialistic, and we are also family oriented. Big happy family. Okie dokie. Now go ahead and put some birthday candles on that if you don't mind. And Luella, I kind of just need you to go to sleep. Like, you're in a bad way out here. And while you're doing that, yes, little buddy, you go to bed and we will put Harper in cast, do his roles for survival. They did. They took his gap tooth. Okay, so for Harper to survive his teenage birthday, he cannot roll the number 7. That's it. So 11, he's totally fine. Will he get married? He just has to avoid, okay, he's done it. And what about number of baby tries? First one doesn't count, so number 8. Well, the Payne family isn't going anywhere anytime soon, I can tell you that. Yikes. Okay, well, all of these guys are going to sleep except for our buddy Harper, so we might as well just keep an eye on him while we talk about a prison, which is prison, by the way. So, okay, here's the thing about prison in the Middle Ages. It was awful, okay? Hardly anyone was imprisoned during this time, but that was mostly because they couldn't find criminals a lot of the time. The criminals that they could find were debtors, such as our good friends Knox and Esmond, but we'll get to that in a second. Something that's interesting about the Middle Ages is that it was believed at the time that people would only behave if they were afraid of the punishment that they were getting. And in addition, hopefully I can find the citation for this, it was also believed that punishment was a way of helping them and helping them to purify their souls. And so a lot of the time, medieval people believed that it was in people's best interests to punish them, which is why they did a lot of the crazy things that they did to each other. Now, this is objectively false, even by statistics that they collected at the time about the cities that they were making these claims in. But I guess that they didn't really know what else to do, and they just thought, well, at least this is something or whatever. The criminals that were very easy to catch were debtors, and that is because obviously they owed money to somebody and they lived somewhere easy to find. Now, there were a couple notable prisons in the Middle Ages in England. One was Newgate Prison, which was nicknamed Hell on Earth, and crimes that would land you there included stealing a pig or going into debt. Unfortunately, a lot of the time it was children who ended up there because they didn't have parents or they were left to their own devices and they didn't have enough money to pay their bills. I mean, they're children. However, other poor people, aristocrats, and nobles could all end up in Newgate Prison for debt if they owed money to somebody. Another notable prison was York Prison, and we'll talk about some fun facts about them in a second. Now, what would happen is on arrival to a prison, prisoners were chained and they were led to the cells. A lot of people at this point, especially if they were poor, were completely forgotten about. They were left to suffer and starve. And if you were found guilty at a trial and you were to be punished, a lot of the time they would move you into an even deeper underground cell, which was unfortunately where a lot of sewage also drained into. Prisons were terrible. They were a breeding ground of germs. They were overcrowded. You had to pay for everything, which is ironic given that they were there for debt. Prisons at the time were run by men called keepers, and keepers were generally brutal, they were generally cruel, they were paid very little, and they had to pay the staff who worked at the prison out of their own pockets, which meant that they needed a way to be able to get money for themselves as well, which led to prisoners having to pay for things like food or bedding, for lamps, for the charcoal to burn, to be able to light things or to get heat. And these were all charged at extremely raised prices. Obviously, this meant that those who had money, even if they were in debt, were treated better than those without because they could pay for their keeping. And a lot of the time, people would pay to share a bed with somebody else because it just worked out cheaper. It was kind of the only way that they could afford to do it. And overcrowding was such a problem that not only were there not enough beds for people, not only was disease rampant, but there wasn't enough food for people either. In 1341, as in this year, a quote from that year about Newgate Prison said that it was so full of prisoners that they were continually dying of hunger and oppression, starvation, and disease. Oh yeah, I've opened the Living Store and we're starting with 4,495. But basically what I was trying to say before is that obviously, this overcrowding, this poor sanitary conditions, all of this meant that there was a big issue with disease and particularly with parasites. At York Prison, the very walls were said to be crawling with lice. And at another prison, the lice were so thick on the floor. They were so thick on the floor that the floor made crackling noises when people walked on top of it because there were that many lice that were being broken underneath their feet. Going to prison was a terrible thing. A lot of people had to wait almost their whole lives for their trial. If you were lucky, you might have a trial within 2 years. If you were unlucky, it could be as long as 20 years later. Most everybody who was at prison was either a thief who'd been caught red-handed or a debtor. And the usual punishment was about a year and a day, but by 1361, if you stole a hawk, it would be 2 years. And for kidnapping, if you were caught kidnapping, it would be the rest of your life. That was the sentence. Obviously, it's a bad situation. Nobody wants to end up there, but unfortunately, this is where our dudes are. They are there, and that's that. It's 9:17. We've only got one other place that we've got to go today. But before we go there, in light of all of that, Esmond and Knox have got to do a roll basically to see how they're going to go. So I've decided that for the first year that they're there, they have the best odds possible. Of a d6, the numbers 1, 3, and 6 mean that they'll safely return. But if they were to be there for 2 to 5 years or 5 to 10 years, those numbers would change a little bit because it wouldn't be as easy to stay safe for that long. So of a D6, then 1, 3, and 6 means that they would safely return. They didn't have anything wrong. Of course, as the time goes on, those numbers start to disappear, becomes much more likely that something bad will happen. If they rolled a 2, that means that they would contract a disease. If they rolled a 4, that would mean that unfortunately they ended up starving. And if they rolled a 5, that would mean that they had some kind of maltreatment leading to either physical or emotional injury. So essentially, I'm going to do those rolls now because it'll be easier for me to be able to see sort of what the background is or how to interpret that into a story. But you guys won't see that yet. So I'll see you when we get to the next household for the next birthdays. Okay, so here we are at the Greystroke home, because there are a handful of birthdays here today. Not just for the Greystrokes, but also because, remember, Eyvor and Signy are both living here now as well, while their father is away at war. We also have Eyvor's birthday technically tomorrow, but we're going to do it here since we're here, and then we'll pop over to the war camp to do Rollo's, because I'm kind of superstitious about the order that we do them in. But hopefully everything goes well. So we'll do 2 of the birthdays here first, and then we'll do Eyvor's last before going to Rollo's. But man, it's been a long time since we've seen these guys, hasn't it? Whoa, James, buddy. James, don't do it. You gotta come here, because it is your birthday, my friend. Man, it is just a whole mess of kids out here right now. It's just kids everywhere, you know? Kid, teenager, I guess. More kids. Okay, buddy, which way are you gonna go? James is becoming a teen today. Happy birthday, James, my dude. Looks like he's got a gap tooth too. Wow, interesting. Yeah, James and Harper have the same birthday, so they tend to... Nobody touch that cake. What are you doing, Eyvor? Eyvor, that's great. Thank you so much. But go ahead and add some birthday candles, please. And James, happy birthday, my dude. He's hot-headed and materialistic. Literally, we just got that, so I don't like getting them back to back. So a glutton, you know what? Okay, dude. Big happy family. Good for you, kiddo. Good for you. Anybody touches that cake and we're gonna have words. Look at this whole mess of children. Wait. I've missed it. Oh, what a happy picture, though. Look at this. Oh, happy birthday, Eydís. Happy birthday. Nobody touch the cake, please. Eyvor, this is your big chance to add the birthday candles immediately. Eydís, where are you going? She's aged up to become a horse lover. Cute. Oh, happy birthday, Excuse me, sir. Happy birthday, Eyvor. I'm sorry you're having your birthday when your daddy's not here. At least your sister is, and your cousins, and your aunt. Whoa. Whee! And she has aged up. She was perfectionist, and now she is good. Oh, very cute, Eyvor. Very cute. A wellness aspiration. That's kind of endearing. Zen guru. She wants to have a successor. Listen, she might have to go on a bit of a journey in life, you know what I mean? Okay, let's go ahead and get these guys in cast and see what is going on. There are so many of them to deal with. Oh gosh. To a teen, he just has to avoid rolling the number 7. That's all. So number 5, he's fine. He's fine. Okay? And will he get married? Yes, he will. And how many baby tries will he have? First one never counts. Well, everyone's not going to make it through the plague, so we don't need to be too scared about that. That's the reality, is even though we're getting these huge numbers, not everyone's gonna make it through the plague. Like, it's a 50% chance of making it, so we might need some of these big numbers. To survive her age up to a child, she just has to avoid rolling the number 3, 9, or 19. 7. Oh my gosh, imagine if we'd have done their rolls out of order. Oh, yikes. And then next up is going to be Eyvor. she and her brother Rollo are aging up to teens. They cannot roll the number 7. So 13. She's fine. She's fine. Will she get married? She will not get married. Oh my, scandalous. Oh dear, will she have any babies? 3 baby tries. Oh, Eyvor, you might be a scandalous little girl. Okay, so Rollo cannot roll the number 7, that's it. Number 2, he's fine, he's fine. Will he get married? Yes, he will. And how many babies will he have? 4 baby attempts. Okay, he and his sister are being reasonable. Well, on that note, it seems like all of the Greystrokes are headed to bed. The Greystrokes and Hoggins who are living here. So we'll head back to the main Paynes and make sure that their sale is going because, you know, we've got to. We've got to. All right, it's the morning and we've been slowly selling a bunch of stuff. We're about 1,500 simoleons more wealthy now than we were. I'm also going to go ahead and do our harvest day today because, you know, sometimes gardening can be just a little bit buggy in this game. What? Poor Luella. She loves St. Valentine's Day and her husband is in the clink. We're not getting a dishwasher. Sorry. Harper's out here. He went looking for flowers. He's going to be nice and give Luella a flower because, you know, he knows that she wants flowers, that she wants to feel appreciated. And he knows that his brother, if he were here, would do the same. So he's going to give her some flowers. He went out and picked them this morning. And he's also going out of his way to do some chores, like the harvest the prairie grass, which we haven't done for forever. He's going to take care of the garden. He's going to harvest everything. I know that there's bugs here. I can see you. I can see you. So he'll take care of those things. Oh, a coconut. And then we will, you know, do our taxes at some point today. Pomegranate. Wow, interesting. Apple nectar. Finely aged. We just found a finely aged one. That's going out here. And Luella, meanwhile, is, of course, doing the chores around the place. You know how it is. Ooh, another thing is that the upcoming patch is supposed to fix the whole, you know how sometimes when you wash clothes, it's not clean the first time and you have to do it twice or even 3 times sometimes? Well, apparently it's supposed to fix that for us. Oh, we've got all of these things out here? Listen, we can sell them. We don't want them. Thank you, sir. 400 bucks? Don't mind if we do. We need that. Golly, it just feels like there's so much to do today, doesn't it? It really does. There's another pregnancy today that will get called away at some point. Oh yeah, and Gregory, Maud, and Blanche all turned into infants. I think you should be able to see their picture on the screen right now. Harper, you are a godsend. He is so cute. Graham sent a letter. Okay, fine. Just purchase everything, everyone. Everyone just purchase everything because we owe like 40% taxes. Hey, Gree, you didn't buy anything? That would have been nice of you. Miss Volkov, please purchase our goods. Why is no one buying anything? Wow, she's really getting along with Deauville. Are they like super compatible? Oh yeah, they are. Wow. I would say Luella and Edgar have a strict family dynamic. I do wish, though, that they would retune that so that it doesn't give them a strict family dynamic just because they say, oh, let's learn to do potty. Thank you so much, Panya. Okay, the good news about the nectar is pretty much everything is moderately aged currently. So once that's done, we'll be totally fine. Poor Harper. He's just out here trying to keep everything together. Can you please harvest the spinach, please? Thank you. And also everything over here. And then Luella, we're going to have to give Edgar a bath because he's one stinky little guy. He can have a bubble bath because we love him. Edgar. Edgar. I don't want to be that guy, but you stink, kid. Please buy our things. Everyone, where are you? They spawn so far away. Thank you, Dovile. Thank you. I think today we're actually going to have to sell a bunch of our harvestables because we are incredibly poor. Oh my goodness. Okay, and Marjorie's on labor, so I will go and we will deal with Marjorie's birth. It might just be a quick, this is what happened, and I will be back here to deal with their harvest and their taxes and all of that good stuff. So I'll see you when we get to the Brewers. Go, Marjorie, go! You can do it! You can do it, Marjorie! Ouch. Oh, baby must be here! And it's a girl. Oh, the name that I chose if it was going to be a girl is the name Lauren. Well, let's find out how the rolls go. For Marjorie to survive the birth, she just cannot roll the numbers 1 or 11. So she's fine. And the baby cannot roll the numbers 1, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 17, or 20. Oh no, the baby didn't make it? Oh my goodness. It's a bad year for babies. That's unfortunate. They've only got 2 baby tries left, so on that note, I'm going to leave the Brewers and I'll see you back in the main panes. So the harvestables that we have gotten today amount to about 906 simoleons in total. But I'm going to keep the shop open for now. We're going to end up selling some of those. So I'll check in with you, if anything interesting happens or once we're ready to do taxes, whichever way. Oh my gosh, you guys, it finally happened. We have a couple bottles of nectar that are finally aged that we can finally sell. Oh, good. Either way, I'm going to say that the guys have to stay in prison for the whole year. I think that's kind of only fair, you know what I mean? But it would just be nice to know that, we are going to be able to make it. Oh, Harper, sorry, but Luella broke the toilet, so you've got to fix it. So at the moment, we've got 4 bottles of finely aged nectar out for sale. In fact, I'm going to just, take the dirt frog out of there. It's not doing much for us, and the rest of these we'll keep out. Oh, Luella, I am so sorry. I pushed her too hard. Whoopsies. Okay, I'm gonna call it quits for today and do their taxes. So like I said before, we had harvestables worth about 906 simoleons. We started today with about 4,495 simoleons. We've ended today with about 7,504 simoleons, which means that we made from the sale a profit of 3,009 simoleons, which if we add that to our harvest take, means that we made about 3,915 that we have to pay taxes on. So our taxes are now at 40% because of the war increasing them. That includes to the Earl, to the war efforts, and to the church. So we owe 1,566 simoleons for that, which means that we'll be left over with 5,938 simoleons. Oh, and that, my friends, brings today to a close. So we're about halfway through 1341. We definitely will be able to bring Esmond and Knox back, assuming they make it safely through their rolls, once those bottles of nectar have sold. So in the next episode, that will be our main goal. All in all, it was a pretty good, pretty calm half a year. A lot of people made it through their roles successfully. The only people who really struggled were newborns. There's a lot more babies on the way. Some families are in the middle of their baby boom. So hopefully the next half year goes better for babies. But either way, I hope you've enjoyed this part, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.